or who spoils people, or a mother who's very strong or very weak. That kind of a pair of parents I need. And therefore, I must now come down to this wonderful third dimension and learn my lesson. And trust that I will learn the lesson so I can graduate to the next level of existence. Now, you have to understand that, let us say you don't believe that you chose your parents. As an exercise, for example, those of you who are listening to me here in this room and on television, in order to improve your relationship with your parents, why don't you, especially those who have a little conflict here and there, find out what lesson do I really have to learn from my father? How about from my mother? What do I have to learn from them, considering that I cannot blame them, considering that I am responsible for everything that happens to me? And I am coming from that point of view wherein, inasmuch as I chose them, I am still responsible. And it is really a very beautiful thing. Why? Because you are now in control. You are the captain and master of your life. Because you can say now, when I did this, this is what happened. When I did not do this, this is what happened. When I decided to think positive thoughts and felt positive feelings, the result are wonderful demonstrations in my life of my desires. Oo nga naman, right? So what happens here? Is that part of karma? Yes, it is part of karma, because karma is only effect. It is the law of cause and effect. What you sow, so shall you reap. So the realization that you are responsible for everything in your life means that this is what you sowed. Where? In your mind. Where did you get your harvest? In your experience. As you sow in your thoughts and feelings, you experience in your outer life. Wow! You mean to say, kasalanan ko? Alanganin naman kasalanan ng ibang tao. Alanganin naman kasalanan ng demonyo. Wala na naman demonyo, right? So what is this? So therefore, George, why did I choose to be born in this country which is so filled with problems? I cannot answer that. Only you can. Only you can answer why you chose your parents. I cannot answer that for you. That is your responsibility. Blessed are they who realize that they are responsible for everything that happens in their lives. For they shall be able to change all situations for the better more quickly and more easily. So please remember this. Take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. George, even the worst things that happen to me, yes. Didn't the Bible say, in everything give thanks? What did that mean? Accept it. Accept it as what? As your responsibility. Not God's will. God's will for you is really to have a wonderful life, and you don't have as wonderful a life as you should have because you refuse to be responsible for the things that happen to you, for the things you think, for the things you feel. You want a wonderful new year? Please accept the responsibility for everything that is happening in your life. We shall be back in the next few minutes.
Now it's time to fill up your will, your fortune. Write 2 desires, one for you and one for somebody else. For example, thank you, Father, for my beautiful romantic relationship. And so it is. Next, write a desire for someone else. Thank you, Father, for my friend Maria's harmonious and loving relationship with her husband. And so it is. To complement your will, your fortune, cut out pictures from magazines and make a collage.
Blessed are they who can live without complaining and can let live without condemning, for they shall have very little to complain about and nothing to condemn. How about that beatitude? You know, our lives are filled with things to complain about, so we believe. But what we do not realize is that when we are complaining, we are increasing and multiplying the things that we have to complain about. Remember, there's this Bible quote that goes, "To those who have, more shall be given, and to those who have a little, even the little will be taken away." Finally, I think we should be able to go and look at this quote in its proper perspective. I personally believe, and metaphysically, that is what that quotation means. Whatever it is that you have plenty of, it shall be added unto you. You shall have more. And if you have a little of it, even the little will be taken away. So how many complaints do you have? You have 5, 10, more shall be given. So this particular beatitude is really a reminder that you should stop complaining, if only because it is going to serve you. Once you're able to stop complaining, you will wake up one day and there is nothing to complain about. It has already been taken away. Why don't you experiment this for the next 2 days before the year ends? And those 48 hours, all you have to do is just keep your mouth shut. Do not complain about anything. Just say thank you for everything. Wow! It's not a very easy exercise. And then you can move on next to your condemning. Let live without condemning. Because many people, their minds are filled with condemnation about things that they do not agree with or things they feel are not true. But when you get involved with this, your consciousness will attract to you many situations in life that you will really feel like condemning. And so you ask, what if I really believe that it is false, that it is untrue, that it is terrible? What do? You will keep your mouth shut. You will begin, and when you're ready to condemn, what should you think about? You should tell yourself, if I condemn this particular idea, person, situation, I am delaying the good in my life. That should be enough inspiration. We all desire some form of good in our lives, almost immediately sometimes. And then we push it all the way back. Sometimes the universe is ready to give it to you, and then you go in a barrage of condemnation and complaining. You complain about everything. The traffic, the nagging, the pollution, the government, the church, name it, we complain about it. The food. But George, can we not complain at all? Of course you can. You've been doing it. However, at what cost? At what cost? You have delayed all the good you're desiring and you think God is withholding it. Who is withholding it? You are. By your complaints and your condemnation. You see, God always wants to give us the good. It is my great good pleasure to give you the whole kingdom. But who's stopping God? We are. Who's stopping the good? We are. So what? So our complaints, so our condemnation. And even sometimes we do not even speak orally, or we are not heard. The thoughts of many people are still complaining. That is why you have people who look very meek and mild and are very quiet, and suddenly the roof falls over them. And then you wonder, well, how come she's so good? The roof fell over her. It's the devil. No, it's the devil. It's not the devil. It's her thoughts. It's her habitual thoughts. She may not express them verbally or audibly, but inside her head, the complaints are there. The condemnation is there. I dare you to go, let's say, and watch a bus stop and observe every person that comes out, and let me see whether you can keep your cool without condemning any quality that you see. Taba niya, pangit niya. Ay, duling. Ay, ang itim, parang itak. Ay, and all of this, these are what? Why are you doing this?